Hi students of class 12, and here I am Mrs. Rani Chandran, former PGT Biology, to take a session on the chapter Principles of Inheritance and Variation, and I welcome you all to this session. Now this chapter, Principles of Inheritance and Variation, come under the branch of biology, genetics. Now what is genetics? The branch of biology that deals with the study of heredity and variation. Heredity is the transmission of characters from one generation to the next generation. Characters are transmitted from parent to offspring. That is what is known as heredity or inheritance. Then what is variation? No two organisms are exactly the same. They differ from each other. That is what is known as variation. So study of inheritance and variation come under the branch genetics. Now who is the father of genetics? Gregor Johann Mendel is the father of genetics. Gregor Mendel was the first scientist to make a systematic study of inheritance which involves transfer of characters from the parent to the progeny. He was educated in a monastery, and after his education, he started growing pea plants in the monastery and studied the differences in the plant. This pea plant is garden pea, and the scientific name is Pisum sativum. Now why did Mendel choose garden peas for the experimental studies? Pea plants are bisexual. Male and female parts are present in the same flower. So self-pollination and self-fertilization can take place. And also, if required, cross-pollination can be done by emasculating the flower. All of you know what is emasculation. It is the removal of anther before the pollen grains mature in a bisexual flower. Another reason why he chose garden peas for his experimental studies are easily observable contrasting traits for a character is available. Now what do you mean by easily observable contrasting traits for a character? After learning what is a character and what are the contrasting traits, you will understand what are easily observable contrasting traits for a character. Now Mendel chose garden peas for his experimental studies. Now the pea plant, he studied 7 characters, and these 7 characters were flower color, plant height, seed color, seed shape, pod color, pod shape, and flower position. These are the 7 characters studied by Mendel in pea plant, and each character had 2 contrasting traits. That is what is meant by easily observable contrasting traits for a character. Now for flower color, the 2 contrasting traits are some flowers were purple and some were white. Now coming to the next character, plant height. Some plants were tall and some were short. The seed color. Some seeds were yellow in color and some seeds were green in color. Seed shape. Some seeds were round in shape and some seeds were wrinkled in shape. Coming to the pod color, some pods were green in color and some were yellow in color. Pod shape, some were inflated and the others were constricted. Flower position, some were axial and some were terminal. So Mendel studied 7 characters and 14 traits in this garden pea. And the 14 traits were contrasting traits. 7 traits were considered as dominant trait and 7 were recessive traits, which you will understand after learning the pattern of inheritance. Mendel performed hybridization experiments in 3 steps. The 3 steps were first is self-pollination, then cross-pollination, and again self-pollination. These were the 3 steps in Mendel's experiment. First step was self-pollination. A tall plant was allowed to self-pollinate for around 5 or 6 generations. He made sure that the plants were true breeding for the character. What do you mean by true breeding? A tall pea plant will produce only tall plants even after 5 or 6 generations. That is what is known as true breeding or pure for the character. Such plants were taken as the parent generation. Second step was cross-pollination. A true breeding tall plant was cross-pollinated with a short or dwarf plant. The next generation he obtained was F1 generation. And Mendel noticed that all the F1 progenies were tall even though the parents were tall and short. No dwarf plants were produced in the F1 generation. Third step was self-pollination. All the tall F1 plants were allowed to self-pollinate to raise the second filial generation or F2 generation. But in the F2 generation, Mendel observed that some plants were dwarf. So these were the 3 steps in Mendel's experiment. Self-pollination to select the true breeding forms and were taken as the parent generation. The 2 contrasting parents were allowed to cross-pollinate to raise the F1 generation. The F1 generation was allowed to self-pollinate to raise the F2 generation. So Mendel's hybridization experiment, a true breeding tall plant is crossed with a dwarf plant. These are the F1 plants. All the F1 plants were tall. F1 plants are allowed to self-pollinate to raise the F2 generation. Some dwarf plants were also produced. So based on this observation, Mendel proposed that something was stably transferred from the parent to the offspring through the gametes, and he called these as factors, which is now called as genes. So genes are transmitted from one generation to the next generation, and Mendel used the term factors for genes. Mendel studied 2 types of inheritance in pea plants. One is the monohybrid inheritance, which involves the transfer of only one trait or characteristic, and the dihybrid inheritance, which involves the transfer of 2 traits or characteristic. Before learning the monohybrid inheritance, you should be familiar with certain terms in genetics. Genes are the units of heredity, and the genes are transmitted from one generation to the next generation. The term gene was coined by Johanson. Genes are always seen in pairs, and the alternative forms of the same gene are called alleles. So alleles are slightly different forms of the same gene. One gene always have 2 alleles. The gene for tallness, the 2 alleles can be capital T or capital T small t. The gene for dwarfness is small t. Now if the 2 alleles of the gene are the same, that condition is called homozygous. So capital T is homozygous condition, small t is homozygous condition. Whereas if the 2 alleles of a gene are different, that condition is called heterozygous. So capital T small t is heterozygous condition. Next you have to know what is phenotype and genotype. A tall plant, externally the plant appears tall. So the physical or external appearance of an organism is the phenotype. So the phenotype of capital T and capital T small t is tall. Now the genetic makeup of an organism is a genotype. So a tall plant can have 2 genotypes, either it is capital T or capital T small t. So phenotype is the physical or external appearance of an organism, and genotype is the genetic makeup of an organism. Now Mendel performed monohybrid cross, for which he crossed 2 plants, one purebred tall plant and a purebred dwarf plant. So here you can see a purebred tall plant and a purebred dwarf plant. Now what do you mean by pure? A purebred has 2 alleles of stem height as capital T and not capital T small t. So a purebred tall plant always have the alleles capital T. A purebred dwarf plant always have the allele small t. Now when these two plants are crossed, the gametes produced by this tall pea plant is always capital T. No small t because the parent is pure. The gametes produced by this dwarf plant is always small t. Gametes should be encircled. The two gametes then fuse together to get the F1 generation or the first filial generation. As the gametes are capital T and small t, the F1 plants are all capital T, small t. And the F1 plants are tall. So phenotype of the F1 plant is tall, whereas the genotype of the F1 plants are capital T, small t. Next step in Mendel's experiment is selfing the F1 plants. So the F1 plants, the genotype is capital T, small t. So it produced two types of gametes. Some gametes carrying the capital T and some gametes carrying the small t. So you can show the gametes in a Punnett square. This Punnett square show all possible combinations in a box form. The possible gametes are written usually on the top row and the left column. So the gametes of the F1 plants, capital T, small t. On the left column also you can write the gametes capital T, small t. When this capital T fuse with this capital T, you get capital T. When this capital T fuse with the small t, you get capital T, small t. If this small t fuse with this capital T, you get capital T, small t. And if this small t fuse with small t, you get small t. So the phenotype of this plant is tall, the phenotype of this plant is tall, the phenotype of this plant is tall, and the phenotype of this plant is short. Out of the 4 plants, 3 are tall and 1 is short. So this is called monohybrid phenotypic ratio. 3 tall is to 1 dwarf. Now when you study the genetic constitution, you can see the first one is capital T, which is tall. Second is capital T, small t. Third is capital T, small t. And that is also tall. And the last one is small t. So 1 capital T is to 2 capital T, small t is to 1 small t. And that is 1 is to 2 is to 1 ratio. This is known as monohybrid genotypic ratio. So Mendel's monohybrid phenotypic ratio is 3 is to 1 and Mendel's monohybrid genotypic ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Similarly, Mendel performed experiments with all the 7 characters which you have learned, and he noticed that F1 plants resembled only one of the parent, and the F2 generation both the characters were present in the ratio 3 is to 1. So when a pure yellow seeded plant is bred with a pure green seeded plant, you can see only one type of gametes are produced as the parent is pure for the character. When these gametes are fused, you get the F1 plants that resemble only one of the parent. On selfing, you can get the F2 generation in which 3 yellow is to 1 green. So the monohybrid phenotypic ratio is 3 yellow is to 1 green, or 1 capital Y is to 2 capital Y is to 1 small y. That is the monohybrid genotypic ratio. Another example is when a purple flowered plant is crossed with a white flowered plant, all the F1 plants are purple flowered. On selfing, the F2 generation was obtained in the ratio 3 purple is to 1 white. Or you can say 1 capital P is to 2 capital P is to 1 small p. So monohybrid phenotypic ratio is 3 is to 1 and monohybrid genotypic ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. So here you can see monohybrid phenotypic ratio is 3:1 and monohybrid genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Based on these experiments, Mendel put forward two laws of inheritance. One is the law of dominance and law of segregation or law of purity of gametes. Now what is law of dominance? Law of dominance states that characters are controlled by discrete units called factors. Mendel used the term factors and not genes. So characters are controlled by discrete units called factors. And these factors are seen in pairs. Of the pair of factors, one is dominant and the other is recessive. So this is known as law of dominance. Second law of Mendel is the law of segregation or law of purity of gametes. The law states that, allelic pairs separate or segregate during gamete formation and the paired condition is restored during fertilization. So this is the law of segregation by Mendel. So hope all of you have enjoyed this video lesson. If so, please click like, comment and subscribe. And also visit my website www.ranipradeep.com.